please. Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nate Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Katharine Nirvishesha Sambhavadi Vashatadashavari Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Katharine Nirvishesha Sambhavadi Vashatadashavari Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Hare
Krishna वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भक्तले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you to our weekly session. So before we begin, we will read from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, one verse and purport. Mamaimamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manasashtani indriyani prakritisthani karshati. So this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 7th verse. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses which include the mind. Purport. In this verse, the identity of the living beings is clearly given. The living entity, echo काम कर दो, ट्रिपल रहने दो, जीरो कर दो echo. हरे कृष्ण, ठीक है. In this verse, the identity of the living being is clearly given. The living entity is the fragmental part of the parcel of the Supreme Lord eternally. It is not that he assumes individuality in his conditioned life and in his liberated state becomes one with the Supreme Lord. He is eternally fragmented. It is clearly said, Sanatana. According to the Vedic version, the Supreme Lord manifests and expands himself in innumerable expansions, of which the primary expansions are called Vishnu Tattva and the secondary expansions are called living entities. In other words, the Vishnu Tattva is the personal expansion and the living entities are the separated expansions. By his personal expansion, he is manifested in various forms like Lord Ram, Narasimhadev, Vishnu Murti, and all the predominating deities in the Vaikuntha planets. The separated expansions, the living entities, are eternally serviators. The personal expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the individual identities of the Godhead, are always present. Similarly, the separated expansions of the living entities have their identities as fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. The living entities also have fragmental portions of his qualities, of which independence is one. Every living being, as an individual soul, has his personal individuality and a minute freedom of independence. By misuse of that independence, one becomes a conditioned soul, and by proper use of independence, he is always liberated. In either case, he is qualitatively eternal as the Supreme Lord. In his liberated state, he is freed from his material condition and is under the engagement of transcendental service unto the Lord. In his conditioned life, he is dominated by the material modes of nature and he forgets the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As a result, he has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world. The living entities, not only human beings and the cats and dogs, but even the greater controllers of material world like Brahma, Shiva and even Vishnu, are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. They are all eternal, not temporary manifestations. The word Sharati, struggling or grappling hard, is very significant. The conditioned soul is bound up as though shackled by iron chains. He is bound up by the false ego, and the mind is the chief agent which is driving him in the material world. When the mind is in the mode of goodness, his activities are good. When the mind is in the mode of passion, his activities are troublesome. And when the mind is in the mode of ignorance, he travels in the lower species of life. It is clear, however, in this verse that the conditioned soul is covered by the material body with the mind and the senses, and when he is liberated, this material covering perishes, but his spiritual body manifests itself in its individual capacity. Hare Krishna. So, this verse explains that each and every one of us are actually parts and parcels of Supreme Lord. We are all coming from the God and we are connected to God. And the proof for this is, like God, we are also eternal. We don't want to die. We want to live eternally. Isn't it? So that we will discover in subsequent sessions. Today we will begin with another session. We have covered 2 sessions. Search for happiness and manual for the life, right? We will begin the 3rd session. Why do bad things happen to good people? Okay? This is the 3rd session. It's a very important session because this will eventually lead to the upcoming sessions regarding existence of the God and so many other topics. So, this title itself clarifies or gives the meaning what we are going to discuss, isn't it? Why do bad things happen to good people? And who is good or bad? Who defines?
Yourself.
Yeah, but if we would accept him, then we will never suffer. We don't accept it, no? That's the problem. So we become our own judge to decide whether I am good or bad. I don't know whether I am good or bad.
All things they are good. कोई बोलेगा मैं खराब हूँ, कोई नहीं सोचता.
Yeah. So that's the problem. So this is one side. Why do bad things happen to good people? But the other side is why do good things happen to bad people? Isn't it? Yeah. So that's what we are going to discuss. Like this is a very obvious and you all of you must have seen in your regular routine that sometimes we ourselves, decide that I want to do something good, but that somehow turns into something else. It may be for others, maybe for ourselves, isn't it? Like students, some students they study hard, but somehow they don't get the good ranks that they expect. Somehow, I don't know.
IQ.
Yeah.
Low IQ, high
No,
IQ.
it's not even IQ. Sometimes it just happens. You put all the effort in the world. You've done everything, but the marks still don't reflect.
Yeah. She has an
With my
experience.
son
Yes,
also.
I see it with my son. Everybody
With my son.
in this class is shocked that Arya, you should have got at least 4% more than this.
But somehow
But somehow that
this is like that. And some students, they study on average, but they get good ranks.
Yeah. Some do cheating.
That's another thing. Some do cheating.
But my son, उसका क्या हुआ था जब वो इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा था, कभी वो he was बहुत हाई फाई पढ़ाई में बहुत अच्छा था, बट इंजीनियरिंग के टाइम में he failed और 6 महीने के बाद रिजल्ट आता है कुछ टाइम के बाद कि वो पास है. तो मैं यूनिवर्सिटी गई, वो लोग बोलते वी डोंट हैव टाइम टू टॉक, स्टाफ थोड़ा है और हम क्या करें, गवर्नमेंट बढ़ा नहीं रही, हमको टाइम नहीं. अरे तुम्हारे वजह से मेरे बेटे का साल चला गया, कोई बात करने को तैयार नहीं. I came back from Pune, my son was studying in Pune. It happened like that.
So then after that,
फिर पढ़ाई किया.
Next
तो
year.
उसको जितना बैठा था, I just sent him for the work. घर बैठ के क्या करेगा, उसका साल वेस्ट हो रहा है. तो he learned पूरा. मैं बिल्डिंग में हैपो कंस्ट्रक्शन का, तो I sent him there. तो वहाँ से वो सीख के उसने अपना बिजनेस शुरू किया. तो उसमें भी कोई प्रभु की भलाई होगी कि वो फेल हुआ, नहीं तो ये लैंग्वेज नहीं ही जाता. कुछ सब में उसकी भलाई होती है जो हम समझ नहीं पाते, वो टाइम हम दुखी हो जाते हैं.
so this is the example of students. Similarly, you are all dealing with business, right? In business world, you get to see this day in day out. Sometimes we invest expecting the good returns. So most of the time you must be getting. Sometimes you don't get. Or is the reverse case. And sometimes with just few investments you get lot. I'm sure Prabhupada, he went to America with 40 rupees. In those days 40 rupees meant just I think $7. 1965, 66. Huh?
around the world at $8.
Yeah. And Srila Prabhupada just went to the Tompkins Square Park. This is one area in New York City. And below one tree, he just was doing Hare Krishna Kirtan. There was not even proper mridanga, not to speak of harmonium and other instruments. Some bongo drum was there, he was just playing. And he was chanting. A few people gathered there. And with those interested devotees, who later became devotees, eventually he established worldwide ISKCON society. By 1968, 69, 70, 72, he had almost established. By By that time, he had almost traveled 14 times around the globe. You know, he was of age of 75 plus. And one time, when Srila Prabhupada came back to India, then here in India, there were some satsangs happening, and some group conversation. Few Marwadi gentlemen they came and met Prabhupada, and they asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, how did you do with 40 rupees? We want to learn your business secret. कैसे किया आपने स्वामी जी? 40 रुपए लेके गए थे आप, आज 40 करोड़, उससे कितना गुना हो गया? ISKCON का properties worldwide. Of course, that is all for service of the humanity and God. Prabhupada didn't keep anything in his name or in the name of his family. Everything was kept in the name of ISKCON. That's it. Not even one person. In the name of ISKCON Institute. So then Prabhupada said, I went to America with 40 rupees. I sat below that tree. I chanted Hare Krishna. And it happened. So they were surprised. How did this happen? Swamiji went to America with 40 rupees, he chanted Hare Krishna and it all happened. You can see because they couldn't understand that there are certain things which are beyond human. And if we have faith and we work on that faith, not just faith, but if we work on that faith, things do manifest. And Prabhupada wanted to say that by chanting Hare Krishna, everything manifested. By taking the name of God. But they couldn't understand. They said, "Is so that's the mystery." So like that. And when Prabhupada was in India, it's not that Prabhupada had success all the time. He was a big businessman. He had a pharmaceutical laboratory in Grand Road also. Mumbai, then Allahabad, Calcutta, several places, Lucknow. But eventually everything collapsed. His family broke away. By that time he had already crossed 50, 55, and 60. By the arrangement of the Lord, then he took the sannyas. Then that's how everything manifested. So there was not that he made with success in every field. There was failure also. So sometimes you will see that even great personalities, they also undergo great struggle and difficulties. It's not that only a common layman is struggling. Everyone has to struggle in this material world, as we read in this report. Whoever is in this world with the mind and senses, they are all struggling. So this is the case with the businessmen. And there are some cases where people die untimely, isn't it? Sometimes people have some terminal diseases. And they have this question that, sometimes people think that लोग अगर जिंदगी जी के पूरा, if they die, that's okay, acceptable. Everybody accepts that one day we have to die. But पहले क्यों हुआ ऐसा? They have the question. ये ऐसा क्यों होता है? So, and this is one question which actually, apart from scriptures, nobody can answer. And that's why we have to turn back to the scriptures. Because you will not find answer for this question anywhere. Not by your logic, not by your common sense, nothing. You need to refer to scriptures only, then you will get satisfactory answer. You may have your answers, but they are not satisfactory. They are not complete detailed explanation. So, there is one example, one story. One time, there was one big landlord. You must have heard this story somewhere. So, he is very rich and he used to distribute a lot of wealth. From morning till evening, from his balcony, he would throw whatever people require, clothes, food, whatever. Every day, people would come below that building and gather everything. Sometimes they would fight also. ये मेरा है, मेरा है, मैं लूंगा करके, and they will go away. So like that, it went on, went on. The person who was distributing all this wealth, one day he thought, I am giving so much to all these people, but they never inquire as to who is giving me. They never look up. They only look down. Just like when you go for prasadam in the satsang program, your focus is on the prasadam plate. उसमें एक भी आइटम कम हो गया तो ऊपर देखेगा, तब तक नीचे देखते हैं। लाइन से सब कुछ प्रसाद बट रहा है, दाल चावल सब्जी पुलाव पकोड़ा, नेक्स्ट अगर गुलाब जामुन का काउंटर रहेगा, ही इज एक्सपेक्टिंग अभी गुलाब जामुन मिलेगा, नहीं मिला तो ऊपर, भाई क्या हुआ, मेरे नंबर पे आके क्यों रुक गए, भूल गया, आगे चलेगा, इट नॉट इवन इंक्वायर कौन दे रहा है क्या कर रहा है। So this person he thought, इतना कुछ मैं दे रहा हूँ लेकिन कोई acknowledge नहीं करता है। So he went to a sadhu and he told him that देखो ऐसा ऐसा है। Then that sadhu gave him a very good idea. He said, next time when you want to distribute something, don't throw all these items, just throw stones, पत्थर फेंको ऊपर से। So next morning everyone gathered there expecting कुछ मिलेगा आज, तो ऊपर से फूल गिरने के बजाय पत्थर गिरने लगे, ये ऊपर, तब लोगों ने ऊपर देखा पत्थर कौन मार रहा है। आज तक जब फूल बरस रहे थे, पैसा गिर रहा था, कपड़े खाने पीने की चीजें, nobody bothered कहाँ से आ रहा है ये सब, जिस दिन पत्थर गिरा उधर ऊपर देखा, तो उसने बोला हरे कृष्णा, acknowledge. He didn't want any acknowledgement, but he wanted to make them realize that when you get something from somewhere or someone, we need to acknowledge it, appreciate it, recognize it, right? So that we have a gratitude, so that our heart is grateful for whatever we have received. So like that, if you see in this world, just like you know, right now we are breathing, isn't it? We are breathing. We are breathing air, oxygen. So did we pay for? Have we paid for that?
No.
So our, yeah.
But we don't show gratitude towards it.
Yes. Similarly, there are so many things happening. Just like we eat food, how it is digested, how it is assimilated into blood, all the nutrients, and how the waste matter is processed. This is such a big factory running. We can see even within our own body, such a high mechanism happening. Factory देखने में जाने की जरूरत नहीं, अपनी body को देख लो. All pipes and tubes and cylinders and airs and fires and everything is there inside. Combustion, burning, churning, everything happening. Digestion and then throwing of the waste. Such a huge mechanism happening, and we never actually inquire also कि ये सब इतना systematically कैसे चल रहा है. जिस दिन खराब होता है उस दिन पूछते क्यों खराब हो गया. आज तक सब कुछ ठीक ठाक चल रहा था, कभी पूछा नहीं कभी ये किसकी कृपा से चल रहा है सब. हम तो क्या क्या उठपटांग खा लेते हैं, isn't it? We eat all kinds of foods that so difficult for the body to, we have such a lifestyle, irregulated lives, but still God is helping us to manage everything so smoothly, but still we don't inquire. गड़बड़ होता है तो पूछते हैं, अच्छा होता है मैंने किया बोलते हैं, बुरा होता है ऊपर वाले ने किया बोलते हैं, तो ऊपर वाला याद आता है, right? So this is a general tendency in this world that we usually do not have acknowledgement for what we have received, and the day we acknowledge that from that day our devotion to God will start. And this is the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita and all the satsang. Help us realize what God is doing for us. Till now we are asking what God can do for me. There's an American slogan is there. Ask not what country can do for you. Ask what you can do for the country. Isn't it? So similarly we should ask what can I do for the God who has given me the life, who has given me this beautiful human form of, this human body is very rare actually. There are so many species of lives, like that plant is there.
84 lakhs.
Is it a real plant or?
Yeah, it's a real plant.
Yeah.
It's a money plant.
Okay, it brings money. Huh?
बोला जाता है
चलिए.
कोई बैम्बू का करते हैं फिर बोलते हैं बैम्बू इसमें रख के मनी प्लांट के लिए बोलते हैं ऐसा।
Money आएगा.
वो भी चोरी करके डालो तो आएगा बोलते हैं
Somebody has to gift it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody has gifted.
Oh, exactly.
Somebody is gifted. So everybody knows that I have to give this. So then that doesn't remain a gift then. Because then he knows that gift करूँगा तो खुश हो जाएगा. So पैसा आता है. Okay, next time if I have to gift anything, I'll gift. Also we have Tulsi plant, right?
Yes.
You have Tulsi plant that brings the devotion. So like that there are so many species of lives. The human form is so rare because in the human form we can actually inquire, ask. Right now you all are listening and you are contemplating and maybe you will ask some questions. The plant cannot do. The plant is a living entity, but it doesn't have that intelligence. That processor is not so evolved. Our process.
They can feel touch.
They feel, but they are limited to that only. They may respond also, but their response is limited. But our response, if somebody touches your hair, थोड़ा बाल भी पकड़ लिया तो इसे देख सकते हैं हम लोग ना गुस्से से. The plant cannot do, even if you cut it, you have to tolerate it, right? So that's why the highly evolved human form is given for all this understanding. And therefore the first thing in this section we have to recognize is not that every time bad things are happening to us. First of all, we should stop defining us, either good or either bad. We are not the judge for ourselves. It should be based on our actions. You say our karma. कर्म के आधार पर हम डिसाइड कर सकते हैं कि कौन अच्छा है कौन बुरा है, right? And therefore, when we understand this, then we will develop some knowledge in how to see the things or the events which happen in our life in the light of scriptures. Like there's one example of a tennis player. You must have heard his name, Arthur Ashes. You heard his name? He was a world champion many times, a tennis player. World champion means multiple times he won world championship. Wimbledon, you see? Yes. So he was very successful, but suddenly he got a terminal disease, very young age. And as soon as he got that disease, he had millions of followers around the world. Everybody started sending him letters. He had no interest to read any of these letters. But somehow one day, there was a letter that caught his attention. And he read that letter. And it was written there that you have been so religious. He was a Christian. You have so much faith in God. You have worshipped God. But still, why did this happen with you? हम लोग यही प्रश्न पूछते हैं कभी-कभी. Especially if we are religious. कोई अगर नास्तिक है तो उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, उसको कुछ भी हो जाए वो किसको पूछेगा. But if we are devotees or if we believe in the God, then naturally if something happens to us, we directly put question on God. So this letter, it was written that you have been so much religious, devoted, but why did this happen to you? Then he thought of replying to this letter, because this was a very outstanding letter among so many letters. So he replied very nicely. He said that around the world, every year, there are around 500 million people who try to learn tennis. 500 million. And then he said, out of that, 500,000 learn. It's one thing to try to learn, there's another thing to learn. So around 500 million people, they try to learn the tennis. In India, how many people try to learn cricket? पूरा इंडिया में क्रिकेट चलता है. नो अदर गेम. आई थिंक फुटबॉल भी नहीं होता है, टेनिस भी नहीं होता, कुछ भी नहीं होता है, बट dominated by cricket. We have been playing from our childhood only cricket.
Yes.
Although our national game is what? Hockey.
Yes.
I never played hockey. Yeah. So like that. So you may reverse the example with cricket for your reference. But he's saying that 500 they try, out of that 500,000 learn and begin to play, out of that 50,000 become professional tennis players. So 500 millions, 500,000, 50,000, कितना filter होता गया. And then he said, out of that only 5,000 enter Grand Slam. Only 5,000. You know? And then he said, out of that only 50 qualify for Wimbledon. Only 50. And out of them, only 4 reach semi-final. And out of that, only 2 reach final. And out of that, only 1 holds the cup. And I have been that person multiple times, he said in that letter. And through all these years, I never asked God, मेरा नंबर कैसा लगा है बार-बार. You know? He asked this multiple. I mean, if you have success multiple times, one after other, actually we tend to forget. And this is the problem with the world and all of us. When success is there, we actually forget. सब कुछ जीवन में ठीक ठाक चल रहा है तो लोग enjoy करते हैं, सिर्फ enjoy करते हैं लोग, क्योंकि कुछ पूछने का समय मिलता नहीं उनको. All the time goes into party and celebrating success. Nobody asks. So he said कि इतने साल तक I have been world champion. I never asked you even once. मेरे को हर बार क्यों नंबर दे रहे हो? वैसे इंडिया में भी है ना. Few of the cricket players, they have been playing in the Indian cricket team for last decade. You know, 1 decade. There have been some examples. मतलब इतने बड़े देश में से सिलेक्ट होकर ये फिल्टर देखा ना आपने, नेशनल टीम में आकर खेलना, वो भी सालों साल खेलना, क्या सक्सेस है. जस्ट इमेजिन. बट उनमें से कितने लोग बनते हैं भगवान के भक्त? Why? Because this is the problem. That is the problem, and therefore we need some reference in our life to find out whether I am going in the right direction or not. Sometimes we may have success, and because of that success, we may be going far, far away from God. That also happens. Far, far away from our relatives, loved ones, families, because of the success also. So sometimes God, He will remove that success, or He will put some obstacle in your success, or He will just give some break or pause button. Eventually, that pause button is going to be there at the end of the life. वो तो है ही है. बट कभी भी पहले ही दे देते हैं बीच में. And we should see that this is the love of God for us. It's not that God doesn't love us. लोग को क्या लगता है कि if I am getting success, if I am becoming popular, happy, that means God loves me. कुछ भी थोड़ा उल्टा पुल्टा हो गया, God doesn't love me. जैसे घर में बच्चे होते हैं, अभी बच्चे अगर वही चीज करते रहे जो उनको पसंद है, माता पिता बोलते हैं, come on, you have to study now, don't play whole day. गुस्सा हो जाते हैं, Mama, you don't love me. अरे Mama loves you, Baba. She loves you, and out of love, she is saying that you study for some time. Not that it's not that she is saying that you study whole day and don't play. You play, थोड़ा थोड़ा खेल लो, पढ़ाई भी कर लो. तो उनको समझ नहीं है ना. They don't understand, they don't realize कि future क्या होने वाला है आगे. Similarly, we are all like those kids. We don't understand कि आगे क्या होने वाला है. For what purpose we have come here in this world? क्या करना है हमें, कहाँ जाना है? We don't understand, and that's why when reversals happen in life, we have this big question. मेरे साथ ही क्यों हो रहा है? उसको देखो कितना मजा कर रहा है वो, दारू पीता है, गुटखा खाता है, you know, सब कुछ करता है, उसको कुछ बीमारी नहीं होता, लेकिन मेरे को बीमारी हुई है. ऐसा होता देखा आपने कभी? कुछ लोग ऐसे जिंदगी ऐसे जीते हैं, मतलब कचरे के जैसे, क्योंकि कुछ नहीं होता उनको. और कुछ लोग रेगुलेटेड रहते हैं, टाइम पे डाइट लेते हैं, तो भी उनको प्रॉब्लम होता है. हैं?
We don't show gratitude.
या तो अभी सी इसलिए इट्स गुड दैट देयर आर प्रॉब्लम्स इन दिस वर्ल्ड. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि प्रॉब्लम बड़ा ही है. ये प्रॉब्लम होने चाहिए, बट देयर इज अ पर्पस बिहाइंड एवरीथिंग. Even the problems, they have purpose. Even the success, that has the, you know, some purpose. हमेशा सक्सेस मिलना या हमेशा प्रॉब्लम मिलना, दोनों प्रॉब्लमेटिक है. हमेशा प्रॉब्लम मिलेगा तो क्या होगा? You will never rise up. हमेशा सक्सेस मिलेगा तो you will never settle down. तो हवा में उड़ता ही रहेगा, उड़ता ही रहेगा. And the more higher and higher you go, when you fall, the pain will be very high, isn't it? जितना ऊंचाई से गिरेगा उतना ज़्यादा पेन होता है, right? And that's why Krishna keeps giving this message in Bhagavad Gita throughout all the scriptures. Even in Christianity, there is one example of Bible में example है. Although this is a little advanced topic, but because the context is there, I'll just narrate that. Because इसको मैच करता है ये. बाइबल में एक स्टोरी है. There is one person, his name was Mr. Job. He was very religious, very devoted. और कभी ऐसा दिन नहीं आया उसने भगवान का पूजा मिस किया हो. And so this is one, ऐसा कैमरा घुमाइए. It's happening on the earthly realm यहाँ पे. और इधर ऊपर heaven में, that's narrated in the Bible. Actually राधा स्वामी महाराज जी describe this story. आपने सुना है कभी?
Not yet.
Yeah. तो उधर heaven में या फिर in the kingdom of God, there is God and there is Satan. You know Satan, evil. So here is a devotee, and there is a God, and there is Satan. So Satan comes to God one day and he says, "See, your devotee, Bhakta Jo, Prabhu, he's so nicely worshipping you. He's so great. I want to test him." He says, "I want to test him." So, actually he was a shepherd, a lot of sheep, a lot of agricultural field. He was prosperous. So Satan says to God that, "You are with me? Hare Krishna."
Yes, sir. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram.
Just 10 minutes and we're done. So yeah, because there is no PPT, so my heart is speaking. Yeah, that's a good thing happening.
Yes.
If there is PPT, then I have to just follow the points one by one, because it's just coming out from my heart. Although when I was just coming, the story was very background. I thought it is a little higher, but still you are getting inspired to narrate. So when God says, okay, you did testing, but my devotee is a great devotee. Nothing will happen to you. You do whatever you want to do. He will continue my worship. जाओ देख कुछ नहीं होगा उसको. So Satan, he comes down and he actually burns all his agricultural fields, destroys all his crops, all his ships. Everything is damaged, destroyed. And then this Joe, he was a devotee, very faithful. He doesn't say anything. He looks at the God and he says, thank you. I will continue to serve you and worship you. I am still your follower. Whatever has happened, happened. I will continue and I will, again build up everything. So God looks at the Satan and says, देखा? बोलो सारा कुछ नहीं होगा उसको. पक्का devotee है वो. He is very strong bhakt. Nothing will happen to him. You can't do anything to him. So Satan, he looks at God. He says, "दोनों partner है ना? Actually, Satan is nothing but God's agent. Just like we have a police department, is a part of government.
Other side of the coin.
Yeah. You are confused?
No, not really.
Okay. Other side of the God doesn't mean that God is like that. God is not Satan. But Satan is there to reform people. Satan is not meant to threaten you or meant to give you sufferings. Just like police department is there. Police department is meant for what? Taking care of the criminals, right? And police department doesn't punish criminals just like that. They want people to behave nicely and get reform and become good citizens, right? They don't want to destroy the citizens. So similar role is played by Satan. Actually, उसको हमारे इंडियन शास्त्रों में कहते हैं माया, राइट? हमको और उसका टेक्निकल मीनिंग आगे समझ में आएगा धीरे धीरे. Our scriptures are vast actually. तो इसलिए वो एक दो दिन में कवर नहीं होता है. I thought 2-3 दिन में हो जाएगा. It doesn't happen like that actually. And unless you go through all these basics, you will not develop that faith which is required to chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because unless you have faith, you will not chant. So we need to develop the faith, right? So then Mr. Joey says that Satan says, ठीक है, अभी तो मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया है उसके साथ. कुछ भी मतलब क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं किया मैंने अभी तो. अभी देखो और क्या करता हूँ. Then he comes down. अभी तो उनका बिजनेस, घर-दार सब कुछ जला दिया था, सब कुछ खत्म कर दिया था. अब इस बार Satan, he attacks on his body, and Mr. Joey contaminates severe, leprosy kind of disease. There are boils all over his body, paining like anything, heavily. And then Satan, he does his work, looks at the God, look at your devotee, बेचारा struggle कर रहा है. कुछ करो, भगवान बोलते हैं कुछ मत करो, सेटल हो जाएगा. पक्का devotee है मेरा, don't worry. Then अभी भी ठीक था. Still he was tolerating. He was, thanking God. That's okay. I love you. I still want to serve you. But what happens? अभी भगवान बोलते देखा, मैं बोला था ना कुछ नहीं होगा. पक्का ड्यूटी है, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है उसको. Then Satan, उसको तो अभी बोलता है यार, इसको तो अभी 3rd डिग्री टॉर्चर करना पड़ेगा. I mean, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको भी टॉर्चर करेगा, but he wanted to test. So then he goes down again. अब उसका भी कम्युनिटी रहता है, उसके रिलेटिव्स रहते हैं, फ्रेंड्स रहते हैं. उसके फ्रेंड्स और रिलेटिव्स को, बिकॉज सेटन इज एवरीवेयर राइट, इविल, उनको इंस्पायर करता है वो, जाके बोलो उसको सेम द स्टोरी हमने सुना ना टेनिस प्लेयर का, इट्स एग्जैक्टली मैचिंग स्टोरी, रेप्लिका है बाइबल का. बट ऑफ कोर्स यहाँ पे आउटकम थोड़ा दूसरा आता है. ही गोज टू ऑल दिस रिलेटिव्स एंड हिज किन्समैन फ्रेंड्स, उनको अंदर से इंस्पायर करके बोलने के लिए बोलते, जाओ बोलो उसको, मिस्टर जो को, अरे आप इतने अच्छे डिवोटी हैं, भगवान की भक्ति करते हैं, यू हैव बीन सो रिलीजियस, यू आर चैंटिंग, आपके साथ ऐसे कैसे हो गया? आपका घर दार लूट गया, पैसा चला गया, आपको बीमारी आया, पक्का आपने पिछले जन्म में कुछ तो पाप किया होगा. See, there are levels of our identities in this world. It is one thing to lose our property assets. It is another thing to lose our prestige, our self-worth. I am this, I am that. So there are different layers of covering on us. Until the point we are uncovered from all these external coverings, actually we are not fully ready to serve the God. The final covering is of a false ego, isn't it? अब अभी भी कनेक्शन समझ में नहीं आया है, आप समझेगा. Then Mr. Joe is trying to say, आप ऐसा कैसे बोल रहे हैं? सेटन अभी उसको विट्नेस करना चालू कर दिया. आप ऐसे कैसे बोल रहे हैं? मैंने मेरी पूरी जिंदगी में कभी कुछ गलत काम किया ही नहीं है. पूरा मैं रिलीजियस हूँ, धार्मिक हूँ, मैंने भगवान की पूजा की है, ऑनेस्टी के साथ रहा हूँ. I have not done anything. You people are lying. And he got irritated, frustrated. Finally, उसका जो एक लिमिट था, थ्रेशोल्ड, टॉलरेंस का, that broke out. And he indirectly kind of started chastising God only. That I have been so religious, and these people are saying I am sinful. In my past previous lives I have done sins, and because of that I am getting these reactions. I have not done anything. I am pure. जब इस तरह से जब सेटन ने भगवान को देखा, हरे कृष्ण, इसे ऑल डन, गया, तुम्हारा डिवोटी खत्म हो गया. हरे कृष्ण, बेस्ट ऑफ लक, जाओ संभालो. Of course, Satan is agent of God only. And then God comes down, and then he comes before Mr. Joe, and he says, "ऐसा इधर आओ, बैठो इधर. आज मैं आपको लेक्चर करूँगा." And then he sat in front of him, and then he said, God said to Mr. Joe, "You are saying that you have not done any sin. You are so pure. How do you know? पिछले जन्म में आपने क्या किया नहीं किया आपको कैसे मालूम है? हमको मालूम है किसी को? We know. So then how can we claim that I'm so pure, I'm so honest, and why do bad things are happening to me? I'm giving the part of the answer. It's a kind of answer to a preliminary answer to our session. So then God actually very heavily chastised him. What do you know? Do you know everything? If you know everything, you would have become God. Are you God? सब कुछ पता अगर चलता हम तो भगवान बन जाएंगे ना. मेरे पिछले जन्म में क्या किया मैंने, आगे क्या करने वाला हूँ, सब कुछ पता चले तो हम भगवान बन जाएंगे ना. Chastising heavily. Then Mr. Joe became humble and he cried. Then his devotion came out. Yes, my Lord, I did mistake. I don't know what I have done in my past life, whether good or bad, I do not know. Then, when he became humble like that, then finally God released, all his sheep's business, his health, everything came back. Success story. That story is there in the Bible. And then Mr. Job. See, sometimes we have to go through these phases in life to actually become, submit to God and become humble. Then God will put us through some situations where He will help us to recognize and realize who we are, from where we are coming. So that's why when reversals they happen, please do not go into negativity. Negative thoughts will be there, depression will be there, anxiety will be there, but never stop taking name of the God, because that's the only way that will sail you through that phase. Those who do not take shelter of God in such difficult situations of life, they actually land up in so many addictions, so many bad habits, because somewhere you will get relieved, right? You need some relief somewhere. And if you don't have the positive alternative, then you will end up in some negative things. That's what the Corona time, during Corona time, so many people become addicted to so many bad things on internet, on here and there, So that's why unless we have a good association, there will not be any enlightenment. So reversals or adversity, it also has a, it also gives us a good opportunity to explore the good things in life. So कुछ बुरा हो जाए तो हमेशा बुरा नहीं होता है. We only have to see it in the light of scriptures. Then we will see. क्या तो पूरा picture देखना जरूरी है. You just see one part and you just condemn. You see the whole picture, Baba. And then you will realize कि मेरे लिए कितना अच्छा आगे है future. Just like this one cartoon. One girl, she's holding one doll. And Krishna is saying, "Give me that doll. I'll give you, another doll." But Krishna has hidden this doll behind him, bigger doll. She said, "No, no. आप क्या देंगे मुझे पता नहीं. ये तो मेरा अच्छा है बहुत." भगवान बोल रहे हैं, "अरे पगली, बड़ा डॉल रखा है मैंने पीछे, वो देता हूँ तेरे को. ये दे दे. ये छोटा है. नहीं, मैं नहीं दूंगी." Just because we can't see कितना अच्छा चीज रखा हुआ है, we hold on that small thing, isn't it? So we have to develop that vision and see what God has to offer us, and that's how we can begin to think and realize that yes, because the world is like that, there will be some ups and downs, there will be some bad things happening to us, and there will be some good things also happening to us. We should not get affected by either good or bad. We continue our duties, we continue our responsibilities, because ultimately that's the thing which will help us to cross these phases. If we stop, if you get stuck up, then you are finished. Just like the insects and germs, they are born in the stagnant water, isn't it? If the water is moving, water remains clean. So we have to remain moving. कुछ भी हो जाए, चलते रहो जिंदगी में, चलते रहो. रुक गए तो फिर रुक गए. फिर उसमें से एक बार रुक गए और उस डिप्रेशन और टेंशन में अगर घुस गया अंदर, वो तो होता ही है, बट वहां से बाहर निकलने का प्रयास नहीं किया तो बाद में बहुत तकलीफ होगा वहां निकलने के. और अच्छा एसोसिएशन नहीं रहेगा तो क्या क्या बैड हैबिट्स भी आ सकते हैं. फिर उसमें से बाहर निकलना becomes even more difficult. It's a trap. People feel कि अरे faster relief चाहिए मुझे, चलो टेंशन है ना, कुछ पी लेते हैं, शरबत, या कुछ फूक लेते हैं, कुछ नशा कर लेते हैं. It's not going to solve your problem. These are all stopgap temporary solutions. You have to come to some solutions which will last long. And one such attempt is realizing the help of God and saints in our life and try to follow in their footsteps. Hare Krishna. So we will see further next week. we'll continue and conclude this and we'll begin the next one.
It's also having good associations. I mean, along with, like in the first lesson you said, make friends
Yeah.
who will carry you along.
Yes.
If you have a friend who's going to take you the other way around, it is going to become a mess of it. Then it's Satan coming back.
Actually, good association is the only key. And there is no substitute for that. You may have substitute for many other things, but you can't get any substitute for good association. So that's why whenever we have good association, we should cherish it, we should maintain it, we should cultivate it, invest in it.
But sometimes these associations also give us a difficult time. Sometimes they also make you feel irritated and frustrated and everything. But how do you then still hang on to those associations?
Because we don't have. What did she say?
She said, don't have expectations from
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
She's right.
And what happens is, you see, everything in this world we have to pay a price. Just like there is one that common example we always give in ISKCON. There is one animal called porcupine. You know,
Yes.
sharp उसके रहते हैं. But when they have to, when they have to overcome the winter, जब ठंडी होता है वो लोग एक साथ आते हैं, ग्रुप में बैठते हैं, वो पिक करता है एक दूसरे को, but they have to be there. To get protected from cold, they have to stay together. थोड़ा breaking होगा, but क्या करें, option नहीं. Sometimes life is like that. We have to stay together and adjust and tolerate, because some things are really vital in our life. छोटा छोटा यहाँ वहाँ चल जाता है, adjust कर लो. आगे जो important चीज़ है उसको just focus on that. छोटी छोटी बातों के लिए अगर हम उस पर झगड़ेंगे तो फिर we miss out the main thing. अभी जैसे हम लोग सत्संग में आए, यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, कथा सुन रहे हैं, कीर्तन कर रहे हैं. कोई बोलेगा तो अरे मेरे पसंद का प्रसाद नहीं होता है कभी-कभी. I don't like some subjects. तो that's okay. कभी आपकी पसंद का रहेगा, कभी आपकी पसंद का नहीं रहेगा. जिस दिन रहेगा फेस्टिवल मना लो, नहीं रहेगा ले लो. अभी हम लोग उधर मंदिर में रहते हैं, आश्रम में रहते हैं, थोड़ी एवरीडे हमारे पसंद का मिलता है. But for what purpose we are there, we have to understand and realize. If we are
main prasad is what we are getting from you, Guruji. That is main prasad. This is
we from bhagavadgita.
जो वो main prasad है.
So I am giving this as one example. Like that, in our relationships, in our friendships, there will be differences, and they are there. We have to admit them and accept them, because the person is, every one of us have come from different upbringings and different habits. So क्या करेगा अभी? Adjust करना पड़ेगा. नहीं करेंगे तो साथ में नहीं रह सकते. साथ में रहना है तो
Within your mind now, it's coming to
क्लास के बाद एक दूसरे को लेक्चर मत देना.
वो तो होगा, वो तो डिस्कशन होगा, लेक्चरबाजी भी होगा, सब कुछ होगा.
झगड़ा भी होगा. Argument भी होगा. I like to share something very small.
Yeah.
During my second time, I finished my college and into in between of a job. So आपने जो बोला ना bad habit, so there are a lot of other my friends. They got married early. They started their career very nicely. I become all alone. We were 5 people. A group था हम लोग. We were staying in the building. We all 5 was there. Out of 5, 4 people got married, got into job. I was the only one who didn't come into job, as well as not a family life which I. So that time I realized that I could have got into bad habit, good habit. So when I was working in a place, I used to have Saturday Sunday holiday. So I used to stay somewhere near which was near to the Jew beach, ISKCON Mandir. So what I used to do, I used to go Saturday, होता था छुट्टी होता था मेरा. So get up around 6:37, walk, go by auto or something to the Jew beach, run for a 4 kilometers or something like that, all alone. कोई नहीं. Come back again, sit there for a half an hour, 45 minutes. You used to give you so much relaxation. आप मानोगे like मेरा पूरा stress bust हो जाता था. Then I used to go to ISKCON मंदिर, वहाँ पे have samosa or something. So that was a big attraction. तो वहाँ पे जो samosa हो जाता था, that was like mine. Go there, have something, then come home. तो मुझे अभी मेरा habit मुझे ऐसा लगा like I'm just doing it. लेकिन वो realize वो मैंने जो develop किया ना, going for a walk, going for a gym, going for तो वो I avoided getting into anything.
Yes.
Many of my friends, they are continuously smoking. So they all are smoking. Even I drink, but like not like every day. They are like daily drinking. मतलब वो नहीं वो ऐसा कि क्या तो ये मुझे रियलाइज हो कि अच्छा मैंने वो टाइम पे got into where there is nobody there to help me. मतलब किसी ने ऐसा नहीं बोला था कि don't do this. I myself realized that this is not my, you know, their friend was there. They used to go, अरे नीलेश चलो साथ में चलो. I said रोज क्या है? It is okay. रोज क्या जाना है? And then again I used to have a money problem. Because there was a less money I used to have. They were always very rich. They can afford to spend money. What they was earning in a day, I was earning in a month. I said sorry, I can't afford it. So that way like I realized that good.
So less money is also good sometimes.
Yes, very true.
Actually, otherwise what even like I seen my friends, they got into that level. Today they are vanished. Like there was a time that they was like all filthy rich. Today they are like they don't know where. तो उन्होंने खत्म कर दिया पूरा सब. मुझे आपका एक था. I always think this way. This is like your karma is like आपके गैस के ऊपर आपने कुछ गर्म करने के लिए रखा है. आपके गैस जितना फास्ट रखना उतना जल्दी गर्म होता है. तो जल्दी evaporate होता है. आपने इसको रखना तो धीरे-धीरे. So I think that way.
And you get the quality also.
Yes. चाय का ना चाय जल्दी गर्म करनी हो जल्दी बनाना तो जल्दी रखते तो बराबर ही होता है. धीरे-धीरे पकाते तो अच्छा होता है.
So you already answered all the questions.
Ask the question. You answer.
You all have good realizations. Thank you.
Actually, enlightenment
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So we will continue next time.
Yes.
So I think we will chant one round
Yes.
together.
Definitely.
Yes, please get the beats. And then maybe 5 minutes kirtan and then we are done.
nobody's carrying the
Yeah, you there.
I'll get it.
Thank you so much. It's a very good example. Yeah.
But when I look at my heart, breathe very hard, and count 25, 25, 25. तो
That's okay.
ज़्यादा वो ध्यान जाता है
Okay.
okay. ध्यान दो तो मेरा ऐसा
Yeah,
बहुत
that's
सालों से I'm doing that.
Sorry. Okay.
ये beads बहुत अच्छी है आपकी beads का size एकदम perfect है. It feels good in the hand. It's
Okay.
perfect.
Are you all ready?
Yes.
So before chanting this mantra, we chant actually this one more mantra, that is Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta. So when we chant, we actually focus on the sound vibration. We chant and hear, chant and hear, chant and hear, that's it. So there will be some random thoughts coming in, we just ignore them, which is very difficult. But still we attempt our best, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So 5 minutes will you have given?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I got this answer 23 years afterwards today. When I was 21 years of age, I had this question, why me? Oh Lord. I did why this thing happened to me? So I was diagnosed with this disease called MS. So that was the time I questioned Lord, why me? I got the answer today.
Hare Krishna.
Multiple sclerosis.